extremely long video of the secret garden in the front yard. Here's some more strays that I ended up pulling out all that stuff. If you remember correctly, I had the plant that the birds had planted that was a cucumber, pumpkin, squash mixed together plant. And I actually took care of it till it was taller than my porch. Then I just decided to pull it, and I stuck some of these here. Those will end up over there too, probably. There's my milkweed, and monarchs need this to cocoon, so I keep hoping to see bite marks in it so that I'll know I have a cocoon nearby, but that's all I've seen. And I have not seen any cocoons, so. But we did see 3 caterpillars like 2 weeks ago, so I was pretty convinced that I might actually get to see a cocoon, but not so much. Nothing like that happened. I don't know what that is. They just started growing in all over the yard. And actually, I have one that it was just mounding up in the front yard. I think it's the same one. So it looked too cool the way it was mounding. And I stuck it in a little pot because it's kind of small. But looking at it compared to that, it's probably where a bunch of them are just starting. And they'll probably look like that when they get bigger. But as of right now, it looks really cool. So if it stays like that, I'll keep it as a house plant. But I don't even know what that is. Do you know what it is? Then, of course, my lavender. And these have been crazy. They took over both sides. And yesterday, I had to run a lot of those roots out of the gate to move it. But this stuff was still doing really good at the end, but it had nowhere to go. So now I gotta, get it to come back this way. I actually pulled 2 or 3 off it today and 5 off it yesterday. But some of these I'm sure I damaged. They look a little sad today. That one's broke. Yeah, I know I broke some because it's hard to pull a long vine through those little tiny slots without doing damage. But it's toward the end of the season, and the ones that were okay, I kind of brought back this way. Gave them some support. Even if they're broken, if I can, support the broken spots so that everything can continue to flow, it'll be alright. And because I just messed with it, I mean, it's typical of it to get sad because I spent a lot of time moving stuff yesterday, so it's just angry with me. Pulling off any of the saggy looking seeds though will help it perk up quicker. And you can kind of feel it when you touch those ones that they're not doing so great anyway. And yeah, it starts here. That whole thing's done. Thank God we didn't lose anything, but it's got some good roots down here, so if I lay it down, it might take to the soil and start growing. That's all it really needs to do. And I know you saw this big gob of hair and probably thought gross, but actually, every time I take a shower and wash my hair and remember, or if somebody else does after we brush it, I like to bring it out here and just drop it near the front or near where I see a good cucumber growing in, see there? And that hair I probably dropped in these vines months ago. They probably don't even do the trick anymore, but that's enough to keep the varmints away because they smell people, and it's fresh shampoo, fresh body wash. It lasts a while, and they won't come because they smell a person. And I also stick plastic bags at entry points. So when they step on it, they hear something. And I'm hoping they ain't bright enough to realize it's them stepping on the bags. But it's been working. The only thing I didn't do this year was pumpkins, but I just was too busy. We did this yesterday. Me and the little one, mostly me. But Sarah told me where to put the flowers. But after I put the plants on, the first plant over here was down to where it was actually setting on this. So things had to be moved around. And then the flowers had to look right. So, but I like how it turned out. I'm actually probably going to use that as like a box. Like turn it with the back side down and use it as like lifted garden next year. I just left it like that for now because it was kind of cute. I had some other little plants underneath, but I brought them up front. And just to fill in some space, I dropped some seeds back here one day. And you know how these things are. Drop one of these and 100 grow. And I put like 2 of these down, and they just brought their little offspring all over. It's crazy, but they haven't flowered. I think they're the same plants that that I thought that did so good in the spring, but they've looked like that so long now. I'm starting to wonder if I haven't been taking care of something that it's not. This is the same type of plant. This is just like, it gets little sprouts like a spider plant that are even, instead of different mounds, it comes off the side. I got some real long ones in the house that I'm trying to just root on their own, just because I'm curious as to if they will, for one, and what it will look like, just because I'm a weird person. I'm a weirdo like that. Yeah, it was time to take that away. I tried it last night because those are all standing up. And, like, I wanted people to be able to see all my beautiful flowers and how they are, like, see how long that is? I wanted them to stand up like that, but no such luck. Well, I intended for this video to be shorter than the last, but there was so much to catch up on that it's about the same, if not a little bit longer. But anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you have any thoughts or comments, please let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. At least subscribe, even if you don't turn on the notifications, because I cannot go live until I have at least 30 subscribers. And I would like to interact with my group. And I believe that, you know, once we get to that point where we can interact, that I'll spend more time on here and doing more neat stuff. And as it gets cold out, since I won't be able to garden, we will do a lot of DIY resin stuff and just any kind of thing you can do in the house. But I hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day. To show off a couple more things, these are my strawberries. Look at these. But, yep, alright. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.